Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? My name's Derek. This is Fatal RPM. I just had a snack, and I forgot to mention a couple things in the last video that I said I would mention. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over that right now. So first things first. This here, the reason why this is like this is because I could not get an angle on this pipe while I was under there. It actually took me like an hour, a solid hour, to get this thing cut, just trying to get around it. You can see if we come over here to the other side. Sorry, a bit overexposed. Now if we come over here to the other side, you can see all the little extra cuts that I did make in an attempt to actually get this thing off. But I had to end up cutting it here because initially I wanted to cut it up here, but as tight of a space that it is down there, I couldn't actually get to it with the recip. So unfortunately, that's the way we had to go about with that. Secondly was the transmission. So you can see there are a whole bunch of bolts here on the transmission. The ones that were taken out were these guys here, and the way that they're facing is the way that they have to be taken out if you're sitting, so you're like standing here. So all these bolts are facing this way, so you can get them from back here, but these four are facing out this way. There's actually a fifth that I didn't realize, so I did mess up one thing, and I actually pulled the threads out of the trans on this bolt here. That's unfortunate, but that is just one bolt. I'm just lucky that it didn't come out of the starter. So that was the other thing. Initially I was saying that I was going to take out the starter when we got the car lifted up. It's actually not possible on this because the starter does not bolt to the engine. You can see that there's this little bracket here. I had mentioned this, there's actually one on both sides, which is the reason why we had to bolt the engine up the way we did here. But there's a bracket on both sides, see those two bolts there? And they essentially give us holes to pass through. On this side, this is where the starter goes, but it actually doesn't bolt here, it just passes through here. There's no threads actually in those holes, and the threads are on the transmission itself. Unfortunate, but that's where they are. So that's that. And third, but not last, was that third? But not, definitely not last. We have a bit of a interesting thing. So you can see, you see that? You see that? I didn't do that. Or that, or that. So this manifold had been taken off at some point and not put back on, right? Like there's so many missing bolts. So many missing bolts. Just like on this manifold, actually that might be the last one. I can't really see that, the sun's in my eye. But that's the last one there. There's a whole bunch of missing bolts here on this engine that we are going to have to replace. So we got those manifold bolts. We have one of the clutch bolts that we have to replace. So we're honestly probably just gonna get all new, not honestly, probably, we are going to get all new hardware for the clutch as well as the manifolds, because honestly I wouldn't want to reuse those anyway because they look pretty clapped out. So as far as what we're going to be doing today is going to be discussed after I get this stuff cleaned up. So just give me like, I want to say like 2 seconds. All right. So now that we have a little tiny space on this workbench cleared up, we can start pulling stuff off the engine. So essentially what I want to do is almost get this down to basically just the head. So I want to pull all the accessories off, clutch fan, all various different pipes, distributor, runners, injectors, and exhaust, of course. I'm not even going to bother cutting this bolt here. This is the one that, oh, nope, that's the wrong one. This is the bolt here that I had tried to show in the video that I couldn't actually get an angle on. But I'm not even going to bother cutting that because I'm just going to take it off, seeing as how there's only like 2 bolts holding in the entire exhaust anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and just start stripping this down. And by the time we're done, this engine's gonna look completely different. And if we have the time, I also have a couple engine cleaner as well as brake cleaner here on the side to maybe just pretty it up, make it look a little bit better. Alright, so we got a combination of 6 mil hex and 13 mil sockets. But the breaker bar seems to deal with these things relatively simply. All right, so quite a few hours later, and as it currently stands, this is what the engine looks like. So we basically got every accessory stripped off of this side. We left the oil filter on. We got every accessory stripped off of this side. We still have the mount for the AC on there, which we are gonna have to take off as well. We got the timing cover off. I was gonna remove the runners, but in order to remove the runners, I have to remove this. In order to remove this, I gotta get to some bolts, and once I get the bolts off, I'd have to undo this hose, which seems like it's a bit of a pain to get to. And I've been here for quite a while at this point. I've been doing this for about 5 hours. So it hasn't been too bad. I will say this, I am extremely grateful that I was able to take this out, because it made it about 10 times easier to actually throw a lot of this stuff on the car or on the engine. So one issue that I did have is I can't turn the engine over because the hardware in the back is interfering with the flywheel. You can kind of see on that one there. It's actually, it's touching the flywheel, so I actually can't turn it, which is unfortunate. So I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do about that, except for maybe I might go and grab some spacers, lift the engine back up, and put those spacers on so that I can actually work on this completely the way I need to whenever it's actually on the stand. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. I think we made quite a bit of progress, as this looks basically like a completely different thing stripped down compared to what it looked like earlier. So in the next video, what we're going to do, I think we're going to start tackling everything in the engine bay, start stripping the stuff out of here that we don't need, and then figure out a way to clean it. I don't want to hand wash it with chemicals and buckets and stuff, so I'm going to see if I can maybe... There was a fly. Okay. I want to see if there's maybe a way I can get a hold of a pressure washer or something to make my life just that much easier. So the next video, actually, no, that's right. We got to make the intakes for these guys. That's what we got to do. So honestly, I think I'm going to pull the, oh shit. I really should have popped these headlights before taking the engine out. live stream might be delayed again. So this video is probably going to go up instead of the live stream. And the reason why is because I'm just now realizing that I can't actually get these fog lights out. Because I don't know how to raise these things without power, which is a big dumb move on my end. Yeah, sorry. But as always, I want to thank you for watching. We're going to be getting a lot of stuff done here on this. The other downside is that a lot of the hardware did break on this. So we're going to have to replace the hardware. And by a lot of the hardware, honestly just means the stuff that was being affected by heat, like manifold bolts and studs, or manifold nuts and studs, like that. So if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. And as always, if you want to support me just a little bit more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as that bell icon right next to it so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. I didn't make a ding. As always, I want to thank you again for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.
I recall Central Park and Fall. Not the shame.